Something happens more often than people expect, and it quietly reveals a truth about careers and money that few appreciate until it happens to them. A former employer reaches out, sometimes months or years after you left, and wants you back. Sam experienced this. A message from an old manager, out of the blue, asking if he would consider returning, often at better pay than he left on. And it surprised him, because he had assumed that once you leave a job, that door closes for good. But it often does not. And understanding why it stays open, and why old employers so frequently want people back, reveals something valuable about how careers and reputations actually work, and how they quietly translate into money. This video is about why your old boss might want you back, what it says about the real currency of your career, and how to make sure your doors stay open. Because open doors have a way of turning into income. Because here is what this reveals. Your career is not just a straight line of jobs. It is a growing web of relationships, reputations, and past connections, any of which can reactivate into an opportunity later. The old boss wanting you back is one visible sign of a deeper truth, that how you work and how you leave create lasting value that follows you, sometimes returning years later as a better offer. Today I want to explore why returning offers happen, why they often come with more money, and what this teaches about protecting the quiet career assets that make your doors stay open, because those assets are worth real money over a lifetime, even when they are invisible in the moment. First, the reframe, because most people misunderstand what leaving a job actually does. We tend to think of leaving as a clean break, a door closing, the relationship ending. But in reality, leaving a job usually does not end the relationship, it changes it. Your former colleagues, managers, and employers still exist, still remember you, still talk, and still may need what you offer. So an exit is rarely a permanent goodbye. It is more often a pause in a relationship that can resume. This reframe matters enormously because it means how you leave and the reputation you leave behind are not final acts but ongoing assets, quietly shaping opportunities long after you have gone. The door you think you closed is usually just resting, and whether it reopens depends on things within your control. Seeing the hidden, lasting value in how you work and how you leave is exactly the kind of thing this channel exists to make visible. Because these career assets are worth real money and almost nobody tracks them. I'm Theo, and the returning job offer is one of the clearest proofs that your reputation is a financial asset, quietly appreciating or depreciating with every professional interaction. So let's look at why old employers come back. The first reason old bosses want people back is simple and financial. You are a known quantity, and known quantities are valuable. Hiring is expensive and risky. A new person is an unknown. They might not fit, might not perform, might not stay, and finding out is costly in time and money. But someone who already worked there is proven. Their skills are known, their fit is known, their reliability is known. Rehiring a good former employee removes most of the risk and cost of hiring, which is why employers often pay more to bring back a proven person than they would to gamble on a stranger. Your track record at that company is an asset the employer already trusts, and trust, in hiring, is worth paying a premium for. The second reason connects directly to how you leave, which is one of the most underrated career and money decisions there is. People who leave jobs well, professionally, gracefully, without burning bridges, keep their doors open, while those who leave badly slam them shut. The manager who reaches back out does so because the person left a good impression on the way out, remained respectful, gave proper notice, did not badmouth anyone, stayed in occasional friendly contact. That good exit is precisely what makes the return offer possible. We will look more at the cost of burning bridges in a later video, but the core truth is this: how you leave a job is a financial decision, because a good exit preserves an asset, a valuable relationship that can pay you again later, while a bad exit destroys it. The third reason is that your value often becomes clearer after you leave, not before. While you are in a role, your contributions can be taken for granted, invisible precisely because they are consistent and reliable. It is often only after you leave, when things you quietly handled start to slip, that your real value becomes obvious to those who remain. This is why some return offers come with genuine appreciation and better pay. The employer has now seen, by your absence, what you were actually worth, something they may not have fully registered while you were there. Your absence can be the thing that finally prices your contribution correctly, which is a quietly powerful, if bittersweet, career truth. The fourth reason is that reputations and relationships keep working in the background, long after you have moved on. Your former colleagues move to other companies, become managers themselves. Remember who was good to work with, and think of those people when opportunities arise. So the value you built at an old job does not stay trapped there. It travels through the people who knew you, quietly generating opportunities you may never trace back to their source. We will explore this network effect more in a later video, but the point here is that every professional relationship you build is a small, appreciating asset, capable of returning value years later, and from unexpected directions, which is why how you treat people at work is quietly one of your most important financial behaviors. And here is the deeper lesson underneath all of this, the one worth internalizing. Your reputation is one of your most valuable financial assets, even though it never appears on any statement. It determines who wants to hire you, who wants you back, who recommends you, who pays a premium for you, and who passes your name along. Unlike money in an account, you cannot see it, but it is quietly appreciating or depreciating with every professional interaction, every project, every exit. The returning job offer is simply a moment when this invisible asset becomes visible, when years of reputation suddenly convert into a concrete opportunity and a better number. Most people never think of their reputation this way, which is exactly why they underinvest in it. So here is the shift. Stop thinking of your reputation and professional relationships as soft, secondary things, and start treating them as genuine financial assets that quietly determine your opportunities and income over a lifetime. The old boss wanting you back is proof that these assets are real and valuable, that how you work and how you leave create lasting financial consequences. When you see your reputation as an appreciating asset, you invest in it differently, you leave jobs well, you treat colleagues as long-term relationships rather than temporary coworkers. You protect the professional impression you make, because you understand it will follow you and can pay you again. Your reputation is a financial asset. The only question is whether you are managing it deliberately or letting it drift. And notice this reframe is empowering, because reputation is an asset you can actively build. Unlike many financial factors outside your control, how you treat people, how you do your work, and how you leave are entirely within your power. Every professional interaction is a small deposit into or withdrawal from this asset, which means you are constantly, whether you realize it or not, building or eroding one of the most important financial resources you have. Understanding this lets you invest in it on purpose, keeping doors open, relationships warm, and your reputation strong, so that opportunities and better numbers keep finding their way back to you. So, the work. First, leave every job well, always, no matter how you feel on the way out. Give proper notice. Stay professional and gracious. Resist the urge to badmouth or burn bridges even when tempted, and keep the relationship intact. A good exit costs you nothing but a little restraint, and it preserves a valuable asset, a relationship and reputation that can return to pay you later. How you leave is one of the highest leverage, lowest cost financial decisions in your career, precisely because its payoff comes later, when you have forgotten the momentary satisfaction a bad exit would have given. Second, keep your professional doors open on purpose. Stay in occasional, genuine contact with former colleagues and good managers, not in a calculating way, but as real relationship maintenance. A friendly message now and then, a congratulations on their new role, a light staying in touch. These small acts keep the web of your professional relationships alive, so that when opportunities arise, you are remembered and thought of. Doors that are gently maintained stay open. Doors that are neglected quietly close. And open doors are where returning offers and unexpected opportunities come from. And third, invest in your reputation deliberately, treating it as the financial asset it is. Do good, reliable work. Treat people well. Be someone others want to work with and recommend, because every interaction is quietly building or eroding this asset. You do not need to be political or fake. In fact, the strongest reputations are built on genuine reliability and decency, not games. Just recognize that your professional reputation is quietly determining your future opportunities and income, and invest in it accordingly, on purpose. If this video reframed your reputation as the asset it truly is, that is exactly what these modules are for, and subscribing keeps them coming. And tell me in the comments, has an old employer or colleague ever come back to you with an opportunity? The stories are often surprising. Before you go, sit with how quietly this asset works. You cannot see your reputation, it produces no monthly statement, and its payoffs often arrive years after the deposits that earned them, from directions you never anticipated. This makes it easy to neglect and easy to underestimate, especially in moments when a bad exit or a burned bridge would feel satisfying. But the returning job offer is proof that this invisible asset is real, valuable, and worth protecting, because it pays, sometimes handsomely, when you least expect it. So leave every job well, keep your doors open, and invest in your reputation as the genuine financial asset it is. Your career is not a series of clean breaks. It is a growing web of relationships and reputation that can pay you again and again, sometimes years later, sometimes from your own past. The old boss wanting you back is not luck. It is the quiet return on an asset you built, and it is available to anyone willing to treat their reputation as the money-generating resource it truly is. Progress beats perfection, and open doors beat closed ones every time. See you in the next one.